Good evening. Hello. It's me, Quashar, with Quashar Detroit Publishing. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hey, Ramona. Thanks so much for joining. Today, we're talking about 3 essential things. Oh, this is spelled misspelled. Can't even correct it. 3 essential things to consider when you are coming up with a book topic. I hope you are doing well. So these are 3 things to consider. First of all, before you even think of a topic, just know you have to have your target audience already picked out. So you already, when you're writing a book, right, you need to know who this book is for. You have a specific target audience in mind. The second thing is that a book always solves a problem for your ideal audience. So I'm going to look at my notes here. Now, these are some things to consider when you come up with your topic. The first thing is there a demand for this topic? Are people searching for the answer regarding this topic? Okay. Hey, Dr. McKenzie, thanks so much for joining. We're talking about 3 essential things to consider when you are coming up with your topic for your book. So the first thing is there a demand for this topic? Are people searching this topic out? Are they looking on the internet? Are they asking questions about this topic? Okay. And one thing that you can do is to start asking questions. So whenever you come up with this book title, start asking questions. You can poll hey Stacy, thanks so much for joining. You can poll your target audience and start asking questions regarding this topic. So we're talking about 3 essential things that you need when you select a topic for your book. Number one, you have to be an expert in this topic. Now, how do you know if you're an expert? So if you are writing a book, you should write a book about something that you already know. You shouldn't try to be extra deep and come up with a deep topic. Think about something that you already know like the back of your hand. This will speed up the process of writing your book. It'll be focused, and you are the expert in something, right? What do you do for your 9 to 5? What is a side hustle that you're doing that you're making money at? What do people always ask you advice regarding? That is something that you can write a topic about. Number two, again, poll your target audience, survey them, ask open-ended questions to your target audience. You can do a survey. You can use SurveyMonkey. You can use JotForm. You can use Google Forms. But start asking your target audience specific questions, yes or no questions. And then you want to kind of tune in and ask them specific questions so that you'll know exactly what they're looking to find out about your topic. Number 3, I said this, but people are constantly asking you for advice regarding. That is the thing that you need to write your book about. So number 1, you need to know if they're searching for this topic, and you can do that by searching on Google. Are people searching? You can look on Amazon and book topics and see what people are searching about regarding that specific topic. Number 2, poll or survey your audience. You can poll your audience on Facebook. You can do polls on Facebook. You can do polls on LinkedIn. You can do polls in your stories on Instagram. But start asking questions, because when you ask these questions, they're going to give you exactly what they need, and you can serve it to them on a platter. And the third thing is, what are people constantly asking you advice regarding? Something in your professional field. If you are a business owner and you have a specific process that you created a framework for your business, that is something that you're an expert in. That is something that you can write a book about. If you're constantly getting the same questions over and over again from your customers, go ahead and write a book, because when they go through the discovery process and you say you want to learn more about this, here is my ebook. This ebook explains, or this paperback book, however, whatever, this book explains the things that you're asking me about. So you don't have to keep going over answering those questions. Have a signature book with your framework or whatever process that you have. These are the things that you can help people with. So those are the things to consider when you are coming up with your topics for your book. Number two, nonfiction books solve a problem for your ideal audience. What is the problem that you're solving for your ideal audience? Think deep. There's something that you can help them with that only you know. And when it comes to how you handle your business or whatever, what is that specific problem that you help them with? Is there a particular obstacle that you help them with? Or is there a certain transformation that they're looking for that you can help them with? That's something to consider when you are coming up with your book topic. And the third thing is to provide value to your readers. It's, good to tell a story of what happened to you, but in that story, you should be able to share life lessons, transformational points that will get somebody from point A to point Z. What can you share that's going to give them value? It's not always just about you, right? You want to be able to share value to your target readers because, again, why do they just want to read your story? They don't want to just read your story. They want to read how you've overcome certain obstacles. And when you are able to share that, then, you're going to help speed the learning curve for someone else. Because if you are talking about, this, thing that you've overcome, right? If you've overcome it and you can share life lessons to help somebody so they don't have to go through the same thing that you've been through. So sharing valuable lessons and tips that can help someone to change their life. So these are some things that you should consider when you are writing your book, when you're coming up with a topic for your book, rather. Again, the first thing is to, looking at my notes here, is there a demand? There must be a demand for this because you don't want to write something and, it's just something that you want to know, right? You want to find out what people are looking for regarding this topic. Thank you. Said these are great tips. Yeah, you want to find out something that people are looking for. They're trying to find some additional information about this thing. So ask yourself these questions. These are 3 ways that you can find out what people are looking for. One is you can create polls, surveys, and ask your target readers. Again, and I said this in the past, with all of my books, I always ask questions to my target audience. I've done surveys, and this information that you're asking is going to give you exactly what they're looking for, and you can serve it up to them on a platter. I'll ask the questions, they'll give you the answers, and then put that in your book. That is the content that they're looking for, right? And if you are you have a survey and multiple people are saying the same thing, that's a hot topic, right? So then you should be able to give that information to them, so that you can help them. You can change their lives. It's not just about telling your story. You're telling your story. You're sharing your experience and life lessons so that you can help speed up the learning curve for people. Because sometimes people feel stuck, right? And if you have gone through that same thing, you can help speed up the learning curve for them. And they don't have to go through that alone. Well, you can also let them know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And this is how I overcame this obstacle, by doing A, B, C, D, E, right? So be sure not to only share your story, but share the solution to the obstacles that you have faced in your journey. So I hope this was helpful. Just wanted to pop in. This is day 15 of day 30, the live challenge. And I'm doing this live challenge again to get used to going back live. I used to go live all the time, but in the last year or so, I kind of slowed down, but I want to build consistency so that I can come on and give value. And if you're looking to publish a nonfiction book, if you're a first-time author, or if you're having some issues with your publishing process, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to provide details to help you accelerate your success. Thank you so much, Stacy. Thank you. Thank you. If anybody has any questions, you can let me know. And Stacy, I saw your pictures for your event on Saturday. I'm glad it turned out great. So again, we talked about 3 essential things to consider when you're deciding on your book topic. Again, number 1, is there a demand for your topic? Number 2, does your book solve a problem? Nonfiction books should solve a problem for your ideal audience. And number 3, Does your book provide value to your readers? Does it not only tell your story, but does it provide value to your readers? You want to provide value to your readers. You don't want to just tell people, some tragic story about this happened to you or whatever, but then what? Did you overcome it? Or are you still in that same thing? If you're still dealing with that same problem and you haven't overcome it, it's not time to tell that story. It's time to tell the story when you have overcome the obstacle that you have faced in your life during your journey. Okay, so I just wanted to share that information. Thanks so much for joining me today. And those that will see the replay, if you have questions about your nonfiction journey, please send me a direct message. You can set up a 15-minute discovery call to see if we're a good fit to work together. And I'll be back on tomorrow around the same time, 10:45 to 11. And that's about it. So thanks so much again for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm going to see if there are any other comments. Okay, well, thanks so much. All right, have a good night.